Welcome to War India News Hour. Thriving with digital beyond the pandemic. 94% of Indians surveyed strongly believe that digital wallets have made shopping easier. The acceleration of all things digital has made Indians turn to digital and contactless payments, digital wallets, digital gift cards, and QR codes as the pandemic reshaped consumer behavior. India has emerged as a front-runner in mobile commerce adoption in comparison to its global counterparts. The survey revealed that 54% of the respondents will spend more money if they can use digital payment methods. Frequent online shopping is a trend that is seeing no downfall in 2021, with India ahead of other countries. The survey observes that 93% of Indian respondents prefer using digital wallets regularly as compared to their global counterparts' average of 55%. 94% of Indian shoppers reported that digital wallets have made shopping easier, and the vast majority, that is 98%, have shopped at an online-only retailer in the past 12 months. The pandemic has given impetus to the adoption of digital payments in India, and consumers are increasingly embracing innovative ways of transacting using their mobile devices. Apart from the widespread adoption of mobile wallets, digital gift cards, rewards, and loyalty points, consumers are increasingly seeking retailers that have embraced digital and contactless payments. The pandemic has intensified the demand for digital wallets as contactless payment is reckoned as the new normal. India being a very high cash-driven market, the digital payment industry is still very nascent yet fast evolving. Opportunities for retailers have increased multifold in the last year. Consumers are drawn to retailers that offer fast, seamless, and secure digital payments. As we start to hit more of a stride in our economic recovery, the winners will be the merchants that cater to the everyday digital payment preferences of today's shoppers. Let's look into today's headlines in War India. Modi government expands cabinet. Ashwini Vaishnaw gets Railways and IT Ministry. Ashwini Vaishnaw, the former IAS officer of the 1994 batch, will be the new Railway Minister as well as the Minister of Communications and Information under the Modi government's mega cabinet expansion. Vaishnaw is a Rajya Sabha MP for Odisha. He handled important responsibilities for over 15 years and was particularly known for his contribution to the PPP framework in infrastructure. The 50-year-old IAS officer has an MBA from Wharton School, Pennsylvania University, and MTech from IIT Kanpur. At the same time, IT Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad resigned from the Union Cabinet yesterday ahead of Union Cabinet expansion. 5 new ministers from JPC on Data Protection Bill joined the cabinet. 5 members of the Joint Committee on the Personal Data Protection Bill, including its chairperson Meenakshi Lekhi, were among those inducted into the Union Council of Ministers on Wednesday. Besides Lekhi, 4 others who have been made ministers are Lok Sabha member Ajay Bhatt and Rajya Sabha members Rajiv Chandrasekhar, Bhupendra Yadav, and Ashwini Vaishnaw. The panel has held several meetings and summoned representatives of Twitter, Facebook, Google, and e-commerce major Amazon. The draft Data Protection Bill proposed to put restrictions on the use of personal information of people without their explicit consent. Google, Facebook, and Twitter won't have to pay domestic tax under new IT rules. It seems a golden time for the global tech companies including Google, Facebook, and Twitter. Appointing grievance officers beneath new information technology guidelines does not support that they have an everlasting institution in India. But when their native workplace performs enterprise features and contributes to the income of a father or mother agency overseas, it could appeal to home taxes stated by 2 folks within the income division. Despite having local offices in the country, their entire income does not come under the tax net due to different tax structures under which they operate. However, they pay an equalization levy of 6% on their advertising revenue and digital transactions. But at the same time, the tax department argued that the appointment of a nodal or compliance officer in India under the new rules implies that the company has a permanent establishment in India, experts said. With this, they should therefore pay the appropriate taxes, that is at least 25%, but possibly as much as 42% on the entire income generated in the country. COVID-19 has pushed job loss to 22 million plus as per OECD. About 22 million jobs disappeared by the end of 2020 in industrial nations. The Paris-based institution said a full recovery to pre-pandemic levels of employment won't come until the end of next year. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, that is OECD, has said in a report. There are still over 8 lakh people unemployed than before the COVID-19 pandemic, OECD added. The findings indicate that the coronavirus crisis accelerated a number of trends that started over the past decade, including growing income inequality, a shift towards more technically demanding jobs, and fewer secure employment opportunities for lower skilled workers. IBM introduces CodeFlare, an open source framework for machine learning apps. With an objective to simplify the combination and scaling of huge information and artificial intelligence workflows onto the hybrid cloud, IBM has introduced CodeFlare, an open source serverless framework designed to simplify the combination and environment-friendly scaling of huge information and artificial intelligence workflow onto the hybrid cloud. CodeFlare is constructed on-prem of a rising open-source distributed computing framework for machine studying purposes, often known as a RAY. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. You can download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.